Yes, Paul, hi. My name is Dana Collins. I'm in your ward. And I'm reading, I want to ask you about something because we've got this runoff coming up. And I'm reading this article that you wrote called The Life of Julia, the Pathetic Loser.
That was a spoof that I did.
Oh, it sure does not sound like a spoof. When you talk about a 3-year-old learning masturbation at Head Start, and I want to ask you about the two mommies thing.
Say that again. Say that again. When I talk about what?
About this 3-year-old child who's going to learn about masturbation, the joys of masturbation at Head Start.
Oh.
That's
I don't remember. I wouldn't have put anything like that in my article specifically.
Well, it's in there and it's titled by you, so you might want to do something to the Tea Party Nation because they published this and it's under your name. Every word of it is attributed to you.
Okay, but what exactly are you saying that it says? Now,
well, that's what I'm trying to get to. That's what I'm trying to get to.
Oh, okay.
Okay, it says at the age of 3, Julia is enrolled in a Head Start program where she will learn about Heather's two mommies. Okay, I'm going to come back to that. The joys of masturbation, the foolishness of freedom, and the hypocrisy of the founding fathers. Well, there's a lot more offensive stuff in there than that. But the joys of masturbation at Head Start? Seriously? Really?
It was a spoof. Did you ever see the original?
It doesn't matter. My point is that you just got through saying you didn't put that in there.
No, I'm saying that it was a spoof.
No, but yes, but you said you wouldn't have put masturbation in there.
Yeah, hang on. Let me get your name again. I forgot what you said. Did you say Vanna?
Yeah.
Is that V-N-N-A?
Yes.
Okay. That particular, now that I wrote that quite a while ago. It was a spoof on a video that the government had put out. So you need to look at the original video that the government put out. So whoever it was, because I honestly don't even remember who put the video out, but it made so many ridiculous statements that what I did was I wrote a spoof on that video.
Okay, can I say something?
It was mocking the video.
Okay, can I say something now?
Sure.
Sure. Okay, well, the Tea Party Nation makes no mention of the video at all. It's just simply a piece written by you. So it comes across as being genuine. If it is a spoof, you might want to talk to the Tea Party Nation because they certainly are not presenting it that way. And I want to make one other point.
You know what? It was in there so long ago, I honestly don't remember the exact...
Okay, but my point is that you're running for...
I do remember the video when it came out, and I remember thinking, this is unbelievable, the things that they're saying in the video.
Okay, and that I understand that. I've seen videos that I felt the same way about. However, this article does not say anything about the video. My point is that you're running for office, and this is extremely offensive. And I was at the city council, well, it wasn't the city council meeting, it was at the Ward 1 Alderman meeting, and you said specifically just because you're opposed to the Ordinance 119 does not mean you're opposed, or does not mean that you're in favor of discrimination. Well, when you talk about Heather's two mommies in that context, that sounds like you were lying to me in the meeting.
No, what it is that I believe that there are falsehoods that are being presented as truths, and they are things that are better.
Okay, but that's not what I'm asking. But that's not what I'm asking about. What I'm asking about is Heather's.
What I wrote then was a spoof on a video. That's my explanation to you. It was a spoof on a video that was an extremist video, and it made ridiculous claims. So I wrote a spoof on that video. Now, I honestly don't remember the specifics of it. I don't. Do you have a date when that went in?
It says May 4th, 2012, so it's just a little over 2 years ago. However, but this is my question, but let me finish, please. This is my question. How do you explain that to all of the Ward 1 voters? This is nothing about a spoof on here, and really you've avoided my questions, which are, even though you may be saying it's a spoof, using the word masturbation and referring to a 3-year-old in Head Start is offensive, even if it's a spoof. And when you talk about
the problem is that that teaching is literal.
No, it's not.
Literally taught.
Are you saying Head Start teaches? Are you saying Head Start teaches masturbation?
No, Head Start is a government program that funds some education. What I'm saying is that some of the things that are taught are so outrageous.
Like what?
Those are the kinds of things that if you go and read the books that the children are being given, those things are in those books.
Like what books?
You'd have to go do the research and look at some of the books that are.
But you're making the claim, so I'm curious. Like one, can you give me one of them?
I'm telling you that if you are genuinely concerned with that kind of thing.
No, I'm concerned with your piece, not that kind of thing. I think your piece is.
Vanna, I'm telling you that if you go look at the curriculums.
I don't need to do that. You made the claim. I would like for you to tell me what it is. I don't need to research it. I want you to back up what you're saying.
I don't have time to do that about an article. In the article, I mean, I don't even remember the specific things in the article. I do remember that it was a spoof, and the reason that I wrote it is because the kinds of things that I was protesting against are literally in the curriculum that those children are being taught.
But
so if you don't like the fact that masturbation is being taught to 3-year-olds,
it
then I would
isn't.
suggest that you must take it up with the people that are doing the teaching, and you cannot have an issue with the people that are pointing it out.
Okay, but I don't believe that masturbation's Sir, do you listen to your ward people, or do you just talk?
Yes, but I listen to them,
but you're not answering anything I'm asking. You're not explaining.
I don't know what you want me to respond to.
Okay, I can tell you if you would let me talk.
Okay, go ahead.
What I'm saying is it's extremely offensive. There's not one person that would ever read that and not find it shocking. I don't care whether they're conservative or liberal, they're going to find it shocking when they read that.
Okay, here's my question. What do they find shocking?
Well, first of all, that you're calling a child a loser, a pathetic loser.
No. I'm talking about, listen.
That's the title of the article.
There was a video out there called Julia.
I know you said that already. You already said that. You already told me that. I already know that.
But the thing is, don't look at that video.
I don't want to look at that video.
At the curriculum that the children are being taught.
Okay, well, you're going to have to provide us some of this. Okay, if you're going to run for...
May I ask you a question?
Sure.
May I ask you a question?
Yeah.
Did you vote for me?
What difference does it make?
Well, because if you didn't vote for me, then it's because you've already decided you don't like what I stand for.
But I'm trying to find out what you stand for.
If you voted for me, and now you want an explanation so that you can have an understanding of what...
That's what I want. I want an understanding.
If you would think, listen, I am not going to defend the fact that I pointed out something that is being taught to our children. I am not going to apologize because I pointed out that our children are being taught that stuff.
Okay, and I asked for just one
curriculum. And if you find that that's offensive, I agree with you.
I find your words offensive.
If somebody is pointing out that the curriculums are being taught to our children, I am not going to apologize for shouting fire in a theater that's on fire.
Okay, you
And that's
just
what you're
got
trying
this.
to tell me that I did wrong.
No,
And
sir.
what I didn't do wrong is I pointed out something that is actually being taught to our children.
Okay, you
This
said
is being taught to our children. If you have a problem with that, then take it up with the people writing the curriculum.
okay.
Don't
Except that
blame
I'm
me
gonna
because I
vote
pointed
in
it
this. I'm gonna vote in this
I agree
election.
with you. I agree with you. I think that children being taught that kind of thing at 3 years old is an outrage, and I wish that it weren't true.
It
But
isn't
is.
true. It isn't true. I asked for some amount of
Well,
proof.
then go check it out. Go and look at the curriculum.
Sir, I didn't make the claim.
Don't
I
look
don't
at the
need to
video.
research your claim. I'm just asking you to support it. If you're elected, I will be one of your constituents. I have every right to talk to you about these things, whether I voted for you or not. So I'm asking for some sort of proof, and you're telling me I have to find it.
I don't have time to document the entire curriculum.
I didn't ask,
And
and I didn't ask you to do
but
that.
I'm telling you that if you do bother, if you care enough to call me about it, then you need to care enough to find out if it's true.
I don't know even how
I'm
to
telling you
begin
that
to do
I don't
that.
have time to prove to you that it's true. I know that it's true.
Well, you have time to
reason
give me a
find
long.
it out.
You have enough time to give me a long speech that doesn't answer my questions.
Well, I don't know what your question is. That I
Well,
can
but
give
you
an answer.
haven't given me a chance to talk. You keep interrupting me.
I have. Okay, ask me a direct question and I will give you a direct answer.
Okay, well, I'm going to make a statement first, if that's okay with your rules.
Okay.
Um,
Dr. May, absolutely, I'd love to hear what you have to say.
my statement is, you wrote an article, whether it was parody, or first you said it was parody, and now you're saying it's true. You're calling a 3-year-old a loser, a pathetic loser, and you're talking about someone's 2 mommies, which you clearly think is reprehensible, which tells me that what you said at the alderman meeting was not true. It's not that you are in favor of discrimination, that you just don't like a law for some vague reason, which you really never said. When you deride someone's 2 mommies, you're deriding gay people. And so I'm curious about it comes across as hypocrisy. Are you there?
Yeah, well, you said you wanted to make a statement and you're still making a statement. I wanted to hear you out.
Right. Well, I'm asking you to respond to my statement.
Okay, what exactly is your question?
Okay, my question is, why did you tell me it was parody and then tell me it was all completely true? And why did you call a 3-year-old a pathetic loser? And why did you say that you're not in favor of discrimination, yet talk about how horrible it is for Head Start to talk about someone's 2 mommies?
Okay, that's a lot of questions.
That's 3 questions.
Ask me one at a time and I'll answer it.
All right, one at a time. You said you were not opposed to the ordinance because of you want to discriminate, yet in this article you deride someone's 2 mommies. So how do you justify that disconnect?
I justify that by the fact that in my family I have numerous gay people and we get along just fine. I have 3 black grandchildren.
That's not answering my question at all.
Yes, I am answering your question. I'm giving you my answer. I'm not going to have you tell me what I'm supposed to answer to your question, Vanna. I'm more than happy to listen to your statement, and I did. And I'm more than happy to answer your question. And I am.
Okay, well, I didn't ask about your black grandchildren. I asked about why you would deride someone being told about their 2 mommies.
Because I was mocking a video that spoke about that as being something that we should all be comfortable with in terms of it being taught to children. What adults do is their own business.
Okay, but it'd be okay to talk about somebody's mom and dad or somebody's grandparents? No, it would be a bad thing to talk about someone's grandparents?
Beg your pardon again?
So if in Head Start they said, for example, they have Grandparents' Day and say, well, we're going to talk about everybody's grandparents today and celebrate families, would that be a bad thing?
If who was going to say that?
Head Start.
If they said that we're going to celebrate families?
Grandparents, and we're going to say today's Grandparents' Day and we'd like to talk about grandparents and celebrate families. Would that be a bad thing?
Of course not.
Okay. Well, someone's two mommies or their family.
It is, here's the point. If somebody wants to have a particular lifestyle that is different than mine, that is their business, not mine. And I will not be critical of them.
But you will be critical about Head Start talking about it.
I will have a statement to make about somebody who tells me that my Christian values are warped and prejudicial.
Well, no, I haven't said anything like that, have I?
What ends up happening with those things.
No. You're putting words in people's mouths now.
Those of us who hold traditional values are abnormal because we do not embrace the alternatives.
No, sir, you've changed the subject. I'm sorry. Can we go back to what we were talking about before? No, can we please talk about what we were talking about before?
It's going to have to suffice. That was a parody. I would suggest that if you want to know how the parody related to the original video, that you look at the original video. It's on the internet. You can
Where?
find it.
I can't even figure out how to look for it.
I am not going to apologize for a parody. And
I'm not asking to apologize. I'd like an explanation. I have no clue how to even.
I have to explain it. It's called freedom of expression, and I expressed myself.
Right.
I wrote a parody about a video that I found to be absurd. That's what I did.
Okay, and you derided. Okay, and you derided.
So if you want to know more about it, you can go research the video. You can.
How do I find the video, sir?
I'm not. Listen, I'm not going to apologize to you.
I didn't ask for an apology. That's how to find the video.
I respect Vanna. I thank you for the call, but it's obvious we're not getting anywhere.
No, because all you do is give speeches and you don't listen to anything anyone says.
You have to. Would you like to? Is there something you would like to talk to me about the war?
Yes, I would. I would like to talk about how Ordinance 119 affects our city and how that is part of what you're running on.
Did you read Ordinance 119?
Yes, I did. But really? Yes, of course I read it. I read it, the entire thing. I read the whole thing.
And you had no problems with the way that it was written and the power that it gave to the government.
Can you give me an example of what you mean?
Well, for example, the concept of perceived makes thinking a crime. If you don't perceive...
No, it doesn't. No, sir. No, sir. No, sir.
Okay, now we're having a difference of opinion.
No, it's not a difference of opinion. You're just lying. You're lying.
Well, I'm not lying, but...
Yeah, you are lying.
I'm wrong.
No, you're lying. Thinking has not been made criminal. Thinking has not been made criminal by the law. That's